Welcome back to Spring into Math 7. I'm Mrs. Campbell, and today we're going to be talking about finding the diameter or radius of a circle when we're given circumference. Let's jump in. Okay, so here's our first question. What if we're given the circumference of a circle and we're asked to find the diameter? Can we do that? Yes, we can. Let me show you how. So let's start right off with an example. A circle has a circumference of 20.72 meters. What's its diameter? So in this problem, we put the numbers into the formula that we talked about in our last lesson, and then we just solve for d. C equals pi d. Now we're just going to plug in the numbers that we know. We know that the circumference is 20.72, so we'll put that there. And that equals pi d. We know that pi is 3.14, so we have all the information we know except for d, the diameter, and we'll just make that our variable and try to solve for that unknown variable d, or the diameter. Okay, so now all we need to do is divide both sides by 3.14. The 3.14s cancel out, and once I divide 20.72 divided by 3.14, I come up with 6.6, and that's my diameter. All right, now let's check our calculation. Now we can check by putting the diameter into the formula and solving for the circumference and making sure they match up. So let's see how we did. We've got our formula, C equals pi d. C equals pi times 6.6. We know that pi is 3.14. When we do the multiplication, it comes out to 20.72 meters. That's it. Remember, at the very beginning, we know that the circumference is 20.72 meters, so our calculation is correct. All right, now let's talk about radius. If we're given the circumference of a circle, how do we find the radius if that's what they're asking us to do? Well, it's really not that hard. But remember, you do want to read carefully, because if you have a question, be sure that's asking you have the circumference. Be really aware of whether they're asking you for the diameter or the radius. All right, so in this question, we've been asked to find the radius, not the diameter, and we can use the formula for radii to solve for r. So let's take a look at this example. We've got C equals 2 pi r. If we know that the circumference is 147.58, can we solve for r? Yeah, sure we can. Let's just work it through one by one, step by step. 147.58, we plugged in for circumference. 2 pi r, just left my formula the same. Now what can I plug in? I can also plug in the pi, 3.14 for pi. So now I've got everything but r. So now I just need to solve for r. I'll start by multiplying 2 times 3.14. I get 6.28 r. Carry on my calculations up here. I have 147.58 equals 6.28 r. Just rewrote it up there. Now I need to divide both sides by 6.28. The 6.28s cancel out, and I have to divide 147.58, divide that by 6.28, and I get 23.5, and that equals r. That's my radius. So let's check our work by using the other formula to find the diameter. Now remember, the diameter is twice the length of the radius. So C equals pi d. C equals 147.58 pi d. Here I've just plugged in for 3.14 for pi and d. Now I'm going to solve for d and divide both sides by 3.14. They cancel out, and I get diameter equals 47, or 47 equals d. Now we found that the diameter is 47, but now we need to divide it by 2 because we're looking for the radius. So 47 divided by 2 equals 23.5 yards. So it's actually quite simple. All right, everyone, that just about does it for this lesson. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.